In the early 1980s, Zimbabwe emerged from the shadows of a brutal liberation war. Amidst the country's struggle for a new identity, a chilling figure emerged from the darkness: Sampson Kanderayi. Born in 1947 in southern Rhodesia, Sampson's name would soon be linked to a series of horrific crimes that would terrify the nation. Sampson's reign of terror began in the late 1970s, a period fraught with political instability. As Rhodesia transitioned to Zimbabwe, Sampson used an axe to commit a series of brutal murders. His victims, predominantly women, were found mutilated and raped, their bodies marked with disturbing political slogans carved into their skin. By the early 1980s, the scale of Sampson's crimes had become apparent. Over 50 people fell victim to his violence. His actions created a climate of fear, with communities living in constant dread. The brutality of his attacks left an indelible mark on Zimbabwean society, amplifying the fear and chaos already present in the post-war environment. Despite intense efforts by the police, Sampson remained elusive. His tactics, including carving political slogans into his victims, misled investigators and obscured the true nature of his crimes. It was not until February 1982 that Sampson was apprehended, ending his reign of terror but leaving behind a legacy of pain and fear. Upon his arrest, Sampson confessed to over 50 murders. He led authorities to the burial sites of his victims, many of whom had been consumed by wildlife or were beyond recognition. His confession revealed the full extent of his brutality and offered a grim resolution to the search for the truth behind the killings. Sampson's violent tendencies were not new. Before his killing spree, he had served prison time for a previous axe attack and attempted murder. His early release in 1980 under Zimbabwe's amnesty program, designed to provide a fresh start for many, ironically allowed him to resume his brutal activities. On March 5, 1982, Sampson was found dead in his prison cell. Authorities ruled his death a suicide, citing that he had hanged himself using strips of his blanket. His death marked the end of a harrowing chapter, but it left many questions unanswered, and a profound impact on the victims' families and the nation. Sampson Kanderayi's story is a dark reflection of a nation struggling to rebuild after years of conflict. His crimes remain a chilling reminder of the depths of human cruelty and the ongoing impact of violence. As Zimbabwe moves forward, the memory of his atrocities lingers,